The Ravens kicker, Justin Tucker, has been accused of a SA by 6 massage therapists. Little to no outrage from the sports media on the mainstream media platforms. I haven't heard anything from ESPN. I haven't heard anything from any mainstream media about this. It's on Twitter here and there. There's funny memes out there. You know, AB gets involved. Anytime he gets involved and starts making shit, then you know it's something to look at. But I haven't seen the outrage. I'm just asking, especially from the weirdo fucks, I like to call them, who bashed Harrison Butker. There's no round-the-clock coverage from sports media saying how awful and anti-woman Tucker is. Remember, anti-woman is the key that y'all used against Harrison Butker when he did what he did and said what he said. I just want to be clear. He is accused, Justin Tucker is accused of 6 different allegations of assault against women. And there's been no round-the-clock coverage. But Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker says that being a mother is more fulfilling than pursuing a corporate career. And then he talks about how much he loves and thanks his wife. But he gets fucking weeks of outrage and coverage from weirdo Karens and Kens, along with certain sports media platforms calling him a misogynistic and hateful human. But he turned it and flipped it and said, fuck it. I'll sell more jerseys than anyone. Make it make sense, but what do I know? Smitty, what's your take with this Justin Tucker? I'm going to make a documentary. I'm going to come out with a new documentary. I'm in talks with Netflix about it. I'm going to see if Smitty can produce it and be in it. Would you like to be in it?
What's the documentary about?
What?
What's the documentary about?
No, I'm just asking you. I mean, Netflix going to do it. You down to do it?
On Netflix, respectfully, like you see,
What?
you are you're the type of dude that loves being around the big name stars and big name brands, and like me, Netflix don't move me. What's the money? What's the production? What's the concept? Like when I do something, I gotta be passionate about it. I don't just do shit just to do it because of a name. Netflix, you want to join? That didn't do nothing to me. If I was last chance shoe head coach, I want to put my shit on Netflix. I care about my team more than Netflix. But that's just me. What do I know?
You know damn well I'm the least motherfucker that want to be around anybody. But anyway, so if I said, hey, I got a certain amount, I got $1 million for you. I mean, you down?
Yeah.
Let's do it. The name of the documentary is called Justin Tucker Story Untucked.
Oh, okay. Let's dive into it. Don't move to the side. Don't move. We ain't doing that yet. That wasn't the one, homie. Come back on camera, homie. Come back on camera. That wasn't the one.
It's called Untucked. He untucked his shit. it's him, Deshaun Watson, and Robert Kraft. They're starring in it. That's the thumbnail.
AI is crazy as hell, man. That shit gets
I made this myself. There's no AI.
No, you made it.
I made this, yeah.
How'd you make it?
On Adobe.
Adobe what?
Huh?
Adobe what?
I made all these, homie, this morning.
I know. I said on what? You said Adobe. I said Adobe what?
Adobe, homie, first time. Let's dive into it, man. I got a lot to talk about because here's the issue I got. It's going to be called Untucked. Special guest appearances by Diddy. And it's going to be filmed on Epstein Island. And anyway, no, I'm not going to give away too much. But Robert Kraft walks in. He got some Thai bitches. And he talks about how they're the best bitches to give the massages. And then Deshaun comes in. He's got his 50 bitches that's accused him of having micro penis. And then Justin Tucker comes in, and then he just kicks the ball through the upright, homie. And we figure this thing out, and we come to a climax. No pun intended. So, having said that, that's kind of it in the nutshell of the show Untucked. You down for that?
It sound. I mean, you said $1 million?
Yeah.
Shit, fuck it. It's $1 million.
Smitty's a true content creator. He don't give a fuck. Yeah. I can say all kinds of. This motherfucker untucked his balls between his ass, and Yeah, it don't matter. I'm just doing the production for a mill. Fuck it. So, Smitty came in here with all high and mighty. Depends on what it is. $1 million. Fuck it. What is it?
That's everything, homie. We all got a number, homie. We all got a number, but yeah, man. This I guess on a serious note, just reading through this, man, it sounds crazy. Just some of the allegations that they're throwing at Justin Tucker. But in response to your opening statement, JB, I mean, kind of throw some context. Being somebody who works for one of those large networks don't immediately typically talk about stuff like this until there's more information that comes out. I remember the Deshaun Watson case. We didn't touch it for a while. Like, it was like, let's wait and let's hear things out, because as you and I both know, you probably know more than me, being a coach, a lot of players get accused of a lot of stuff, and it don't mean they always did it. You know, I mean, I even think about the punter. What was his name? Matt Ariza, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm glad you brought it up, because ESPN had him on day one, homie. I'm glad you brought that name up, because ESPN threw him under the bus day one. That's why I just make sure.
I got you. Well, over at Fox, I know we didn't. So, like, again, I don't know what that other network does. That's why I don't really watch them or really rock with them at all. But on our network, we typically don't do that. We typically wait until get more information, because it's a slippery slope to talk about something so serious and so egregious and go hard at somebody and you don't know the information. And then you fast forward, using Matt Ariza as the example, and he gets free from all accusations, and he's back in the league playing. So now you look stupid speaking on somebody and tearing them down when it was just accusations. So right now it's literally been 24 hours, if that. Let's hear his side. So Justin Tucker put out a long comment statement saying this is completely untrue. Obviously he's gonna, you can say he's gonna say that, but I'm saying there's two sides to a story. There's really three sides to a story: his side, the girl's side, and the truth. So as time goes, we'll find out. But I'm not gonna blast the networks for not going all in on Justin Tucker right now and comparing that to the Chiefs punter situation, because that's, to me, that's apples and oranges. That's a completely different situation. His comments he made, at the university, that's something that you can immediately respond to without, like, you don't need more information. You heard what he said. It's the beginning, a middle, an end. The statement was done. You can immediately respond. There's no serious allegations tied to it or whatever. Like, there's nothing to be hesitant about. You hear it and give your opinion. This right here, this is some serious. This is some stuff where this motherfucker could end up in jail. This is different level to where you need to be a little bit more sensitive with this comparison to something else where it's just an opinion. So that's why I disagree with you. Everything all right?
Hold on.
What happened?
Damn, my shit went out.
Damn.
Yeah, here's the issue. So are you going to come out, though, on the other side of on the flip coin of this, though, and defend Harrison Butker then?
No, I'm not, because I don't agree with what he said. But
that's what I'm saying, though. It can't be both, homie. Like, we can't pick and choose.
No. Hold on. What do you mean by that?
I get it's a legality. Yeah. I get that. I've had those situations. I've been accused.
Right.
I understand the legality of it. It doesn't mean anything. Mainstream media now, the number one source is Twitter. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody is on Twitter now, social media, making an opinion. Cam Newton's going viral about 30 opinions right now. Everybody has a take. All my monologue was to start the show was, why don't I hear from all the people bashing Harrison Butker doing the same thing on social media and all these other platforms? I don't see it. All I saw on ESPN was a ticker. Justin Tucker accused of blah, blah, blah. When Butker did it, and I get the legality side, but
what I just said is the answer. That's the real answer. I know maybe it's not sexy, it's not entertaining.
But Deshaun Watson got accused. Homie, Deshaun Watson got accused. Stephen A. went on the air, and they had a full-on conversation day one. You can still discuss it. It doesn't mean you're saying, I know he did it. Now, if you do that, then you're libelous and you can be sued. ESPN can report the news without saying facts, evidence, or anything else. They could say, here's my opinion on this. They did it with Deshaun Watson, homie. I don't understand what the difference is. That's the only point I'm making. You can do it for certain guys, but not for certain guys. That's what I'm trying to say. They had Harrison Butker out there who was fucking blasting his ass out, trying to get women's rights people and all kind of shit, activists. Where's the women at for this though?
I think the best comparison is Deshaun right now. I think that's the. So if you're saying they went at Deshaun again, I don't watch ESPN, so I don't know what they did. I'm just listening to your word. You're telling me they won.
No. You're saying
they went at him after the story came out. If that's the case, then hey, you're right. If that's what they do at ESPN, then they should keep it consistent and do the same thing with Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker is not a comparison to Harrison Butker. That's not a good comparison. I'm just being honest with you. Like it's just
but you're comparing allegations with Deshaun Watson. I'm not. That's not what I started the show off. I'm not comparing allegations. We'll dive into that. You and I will. I'm talking about I'm discussing the fact that the public opinion, which is now what everybody on social media, everybody that has a platform, the public opinion was so strong against Harrison Butker about a comment he made about his wife or wives versus the public opinion where the women lie. I want to know where the women are that came out and bashed Harrison Butker, and where are you at that are bashing this man? I haven't seen anywhere close to the public outcry of fuck this guy, he's a misogynist. This guy's accused of a thing that you and I despise.
Right.
You and I can say, "Oh, Harrison Butker, fuck you for being misogynistic or whatever." But he didn't do anything that we're gonna be like, "Oh, this motherfucker hit his girl." You know what I'm saying? Like that's words. This is an accusation, homie. That a guy like Matt Ariza, we can say what we want to say and all that, and you threw it in. You kind of just eloquently said, "Well, he got his job back." He missed a year and a half of money. Yeah. And his name got drugged through the mud. I wouldn't let that shit go if I'm Matt Ariza. He got fucked. He got lied about, homie, by another woman. So did Mason, or what's his name? Bueller, or what's the guy, the Dodger pitcher. And all these other guys. Women can do it. And I'm not here to bash women because I know that I know
sometimes
kids.
It's true, right? Sometimes it's true. It's slippery. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah. Hell yeah. But nothing happens.
I think it's smart to be like, let me sit back and just see how this shit play out.
But here's the thing: nothing happens to the woman. Though.
I'm not gonna say the women are lying or Justin Tucker. Nobody knows. So it's like we don't know nothing at all. We can have a conversation and just be like, I guess you can say, well, if he did do it or if she did do it, but that's there's no substance in my opinion behind it.
Here's the thing though. When Ben Roethlisberger had this accusation and Kobe Bryant was going back and forth to Denver during a fucking playoff was going on helicopter rides back and forth to play in their games. You imagine that happening now? Fuck no. He's in a court case in Denver, flies back to Staples, plays the game that night, goes back to Denver. That was the number one media covered thing ever. Like ever in LA history, but other than OJ.
Best player in the game getting accused of R.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the same. Yeah, but the same allegation though.
Yeah, but that's the best player in the game though.
Well, it don't matter. To your logic though, you can't cover it.
I hear you, but I'm saying people matter too. Like there's outliers. I'm just saying there's outliers. If LeBron James got accused of the R word,
that's not what your argument was.
About this, his name is so big. So there's outliers in every sport, of course.
But that's not your take though. Your take
outliers. I know it's not my take. I'm saying there's outliers though. I still believe they shouldn't. But I'm saying if you're a media platform and somebody like a LeBron or Kobe, their name is so damn big that it transcends media, that you're gonna make different rules for a name like that.
But you can't change a rule for legality.
I'm just saying what it is, though. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you what it would be. Being in the space for 7 years, this is what it would be.
Fine. But that has nothing to do with legalities if you can't cover it. You said you can't cover it because you don't know if you're right or wrong. It doesn't matter about the name. The legality of it is I can still take repercussion in lawsuit for being defamation. For a defamation case.
Let me be clear. With my take, I'm not speaking so much on legalities from a standpoint of like the analysts are worried about getting part of the lawsuit, getting in trouble. I'm just saying that they don't want to look stupid by being accusatory on either side this early in a situation when we literally have all we have is a accusation. I go to Twitter right now and say Jason Brown disrespecting me. He did this, that, and third. And it would be crazy for everybody just to completely 100% just bash you and go in without hearing no other evidence, no other side. To me, that don't make sense. But to your point, I don't watch ESPN. If what you're saying is true, and if they went at Deshaun Watson 24 hours after this and they all went in, then the same thing should be true with Justin Tucker. If that is the case, I'm just telling you that from my experience on the side of the network that I'm at, typically, from my 7 years of experience, they do not go in on topics like this immediately. They let shit play out, figure out more information, then they go in a little deeper in. So that, to me, that's why, again, the Harrison Butker situation and any situation even similar to that, it's just an opinion that he had. There's a beginning, there's an end. We have all the information. We saw it, we heard it. And there's no legality. There's nothing to be sensitive about. So yes, you're going to go all the way in because you can go all the way in on his opinion. This right here is not an opinion. So it's like, I'm like, what are you exactly? I guess what are you expecting the media to do? To go in here and just say, I think he's a horrible man. Like, but
yeah,
that'd be idiotic though.
Not really, because I think you're being hypocritical and you're defending a bunch of hypocritical media outlets too. Because at the end of the day, it's all we do, Smitty. You, me, Marcellus, Whitlock, we look stupid at times when we say the wrong shit. That's what we do. This is literally what we do. Cam Newton looks stupid right now because he comes out and says things out on a limb pre-game, pre-emptive strikes. We talk about it on this show all the time. We do it all the time. So do all the networks. What are you talking about? Now all of a sudden you can't do it?
For a game, yeah. Oh, hey, I think Lamar Jackson's going to run for 4 touchdowns. Okay.
No.
That's a lot different than saying
we cover it.
Word 6 therapists and he's a horrible person. Come on, bro. Let's think through what we're talking about.
We cover allegations all the time on this show. Everyone does. We cover this shit all the time. Anytime we get something like this that happens, we cover it.
Our show, we don't have no rules on this show, JB. This is your show, and we do all type of stuff on this show. So I don't think our show is the best example to use as a foundation.
I'm just saying in general, but we're talking about what we saw on a show. Like all the shows discuss it. It's not just our show. They might not do it to our level. I agree with you. I'm saying to our show though is still to me, it's contradictory on what they claim they are, their mission statements, and what they actually say. To me, they're hypocritical all day when they talk about Ben Roethlisberger, to Matt Ariza, to Deshaun Watson, to Kobe Bryant, to all these different people. And guess what? The common denominator is all of them found innocent. How's that not hypocritical, homie? They can discuss it but then all of them are found innocent. What's the difference? They still bring it up. So everybody's going to bring it up in some facet or shape or form. So I don't know if
I'm sure this will get brought up. I'll put it like that. I just think it hadn't got brought up as quick as you wanted to, but trust me, it'll get brought up.
The reason that to tie this all into a bow at the end of the day, the reason I brought up what I said in the beginning was because this is just the WNBA argument that we had on this show a year ago when the women bitch and moan about not having the support at WNBA games, but they're the ones literally not supporting it versus the women's soccer guys that came out. Remember they wanted the money and the same money and all that. And you actually defended the men. You were like, there's no way you're going to get the same money as the men that draw the ticket sales and the money and the revenue and the crowd. It's the same thing though. I just want the women that defend this side to defend this side. You're still a woman who's being, let's say, quote unquote, allegedly assaulted in some facet. I want to know where the women defense is for the women that have alleged against Harrison Butker and Justin Tucker. Where are the women defending both sides? You're still a woman, homie. I don't understand why that's not discussed more. That's, I guess, in a nutshell, that's kind of what I want to know. I want to know where the women are that actually have had women get accused or get hurt. I don't want to, I despise a motherfucker that hits a woman or does any of this SA stuff and all that to a woman. And I'm trying to figure out why aren't the women being the same? Aren't you still women with vaginas who produce kids, have babies, and protect each other? That's what y'all say. But then when this happens, you don't defend yourselves. I don't understand that part. That's all I was trying to say. It was so easy and quick to jump out on some comments about a personal opinion of somebody. But when allegations come out is the problem that I have. I haven't seen it. That's all. And I'm talking about mass global Twitter, Instagram. I'm just talking about everything. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't think we'll find a middle ground this topic. I just see it differently than you. I think those are just completely different things to where I'm not saying I ain't gonna say it again. I just
So fairness to you, you can't remove yourself from your network right now. And even if you could, I don't know if
this ain't got nothing to do with Fox. I swear to God, it don't. I could be if I wasn't at Fox, I would have the same exact answer because I swear to God, I'm not being. I'm just saying it literally just don't make sense to me in my brain. The comparison that you're making, I just think talking on the punter, I can't forget his name, on Harrison Butker's topic is way easier to talk about because it's just an opinion. It's just like somebody says something, we watch it, we react to it. That's what we all do. But someone gets accused of SA 24 hours later. That I kind of gotta like, whoa, let me make sure. Like I gotta like that's something that's
we cover it all the time.
That's heavy. Like that's not just some shit to just loosey goosey just go free and talk about. Like that's irresponsible. Again, some people might do it, but that's irresponsible journalism, irresponsible analysts, whatever, to just go loosey goosey talk about something so serious and egregious 24 hours afterwards without being able to even hear the other side. Compared to there's no other side. Harrison Butker made his opinion. This women be excited about graduating, and I'm sure you're excited about your future, but you should be more excited to be a wife and to be able to cook for your man. Do it. That's his opinion. Cool. We heard it. You either agree. Some people agreed and they loved it. Some people hate it, and that's what we always do. Like I don't.
But the only thing would be egregious is if you came out and said Harrison Butker did it, Justin Tucker did it. If you said that on ESPN, then you're egregious. Even though you're still protected by freedom of press. So I don't care what it is. I tried to sue the press. You can't. So you're still going to be covered. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. But that would be egregious. Defamation lawsuit. Justin Tucker did it, Smitty. Now, if you said that, having an opinion and discussion has nothing to do with it. We see it every day about everybody. Everybody had a Deshaun Watson topic discussion that day, the next day. Everybody. Every network. So what's the difference? There's no difference, homie. You can talk about it. Like, the mainstream media
I just don't recall everybody talking about Deshaun Watson on my network the next day. I can't speak on ESPN.
Shit, I remember he was everywhere. I know that.
But I know for a fact we didn't, but there's other reasons behind why our show didn't. I'll keep that to myself. But like, I don't think the herd. I swear to God, I'm not just saying that. I really don't recall them the next day going in on this. I don't. But yeah, I'm asking you completely wrong.
I'm asking you a real question because you know better than me, and I don't know. I'm not fucking around. I don't know. Isn't this why Herd and Stephen A. and these other guys go do their own private podcast unattached, even though it's – and then they go out and say it on their podcast, though.
Yeah, because
that's crazy. Back in the day, you couldn't do that, and you'd be fired at ESPN if Stephen A. went out on his own thing. Nowadays, you have the freedom of speech. All of a sudden, freedom of speech kicks in. Now, I hope you're getting my point here. Freedom of speech, I thought was freedom of speech. So now I can go on a podcast representing ESPN as Stephen A., talk about Deshaun Watson in full totality and break the whole thing down, then go on ESPN the next morning and say, allegedly, this is what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I know what you mean, yeah.
One thing protected, like back in the day, Matt used to smoke weed, everybody knew it, but then he went on ESPN, couldn't do it. Then later on, he comes out all the smoke, and everyone knows it, and that didn't last very long, but still, back in the day, let's go 5-10 years ago, they would never have allowed Matt Barnes on ESPN to talk basketball when he's known to smoke and be an advocate for weed. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Nowadays, what's the difference is my question to you. That's all I'm asking. What is the difference if I go out? So like, here's what head coaches do, football coaches, college coaches, etc. If they're like an extreme right-wing guy, extreme left-wing guy, what they do on their Twitter now is, my political thoughts and beliefs have nothing to do with the University of Alabama.
Yeah. To protect themselves.
And dog, it's so stupid to me. Like, is this not the same motherfucker? So, but here's the cool part. Here's the part. Though. But I can recruit the same motherfucker as this human on my Twitter, though.
Right.
I can recruit Darnell Smith all goddamn day, but it's just but it says my political beliefs have nothing to do with the University of Alabama. And then I go to Alabama and I address my fucking team, and I'm talking about, let's just say, man, Did you watch the Trump inauguration?
Right.
Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it makes zero sense. It's the dumbest shit. I thought freedom of speech was freedom of fucking speech. I didn't know that I had to fucking put disclaimers out on social media. That's how stupid it all sounds to me.
Maybe freedom of speech has always been freedom of speech, but it's not freedom of consequences and repercussions. It's always been that. Like I can't go to my job. I could go to my job right now and go to my boss, but hey, fuck you. I can do that. I can legally do that, but I shouldn't be surprised if I get fired though. Like it's always been that, regardless.
But listen, here's the thing though.
That's extreme. I'm just
That's not what freedom of speech was intended. That's not what the legislation of freedom of speech says. Because, freedom of speech I cuss out a cop all day. I used to cuss cops out all day long.
I know you did, yeah.
No, but I'm saying they couldn't do shit to me. Nowadays, though, I know brothers that used to talk shit. Like, you could fuck with us all day. You already did that by pulling us over, Smitty. Mm-hmm. You already did that by pulling us over. Now, if you don't have nothing on me, I'm motherfucking you all day long. So I'm just saying, I get the repercussion side, but freedom of speech, though, didn't have a disclaimer on it. Oh, well, you can't go to your job in 1877 and tell George Washington to fuck off. Like, that wasn't in there, homie. Like, none of that shit was in there. So basically what you're saying is, you wouldn't recommend it, but knowing there would be some fucking repercussions. So, I mean, I get it. I understand it, but that's not what freedom of speech. Freedom of speech should be freedom of speech. But you sign a contract, Smitty, that's detrimental to your job or detrimental to the team or conduct ethics. There used to be ethic conduct codes that were in place at administrative levels for educators, teachers, all those things. Those are all under your contract. But what I'm saying is this disclaimer has released you, and then so you act one way at school A and then go home on Twitter and just start bashing Donald Trump and then go back to school the next day and you're okay because your disclaimer cleared you. But if you go to school and talk shit about Kamala, you could be fired. See what I'm saying? It makes no sense is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I just hate the fact that we're so fucking hypocritical. That's all. And I mean in life, but